friends, this is the Cryptonian. We're taking a look at Ethereum today. And Ethereum, ETH, is currently showing some interesting price structure. Now, I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can. I'm not famous for quick videos. I know some of my videos do get a little bit long because of the analysis, but um, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. And so, taking a look at the weekly chart, we can see we had a bottom here, and then we had a couple of impulses here. We had one impulse correction, and then we went into another stronger second impulse with a higher high, and of course this was a higher low. So this is the definition of a uptrend, a macro uptrend on the weekly chart. Now, currently on the weekly chart, I want to bring your attention to this. Let me make this a little bit larger for you. We currently are seeing some purchasing coming in at this level. Now, why would we see purchasing coming in here? Um, all of these wicks, all of these lines, these shadows on the candlestick show purchasing, right? So why would we see that? Well, this red line, which is the 200 moving average, um, is a typical support area, especially in a uptrend, right? And you can, if you remember, Bitcoin, does this all the time. It hits the 200, uses it as support, and moves higher from there. So Bitcoin is, or Bitcoin was at support at the 200 weekly as well. So it looks like Ethereum is kind of repeating, kind of in the same situation as Bitcoin, right? So when we take a look at the candlesticks, they're showing that there is purchasing taking place and support in this area. We see the 200 moving average, that is support in this area, and we also see that the fib, when we take a look at the range, right, from this range to this high, this entire range, when we measure that, we come up with fib targets that here are very, very close to the 200 moving average, right? Back here, it was right on the 200 moving average. And so this is a very important area. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing this type of purchasing at this level. Here at, let me take a look. Here at this level, we see, mm, yeah, right around 1531, that is the golden pocket. And that is exactly where the very end of this candlestick touched, right? Is that 1534, 1531 area. And that is where the golden pocket is, 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. And of course, the point 0.5 is a little bit higher than that, and that is at 1638. And then that corresponds right across to where we are now. We're between the 200 moving average and between the point 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And so that's why we're seeing this type of purchasing behavior come in on the weekly. This is the weekly chart now. So this is going to take a few weeks for this to resolve. And if we go higher to see those higher prices, but this is a good sign so far. Now we did get the S1. Okay, that was the early uh, reversal sign of the trend, and then you can see that we continued to go down, and then we are now under the S2. So we have to be careful here, especially with Bitcoin running into resistance. Now it's all up to Bitcoin at this time. If Bitcoin breaks above the resistance, pushes higher, and holds that trajectory for some weeks, then it looks like Ethereum would probably do the same and break higher here. And so although we're under an S2, in a way you want to see that, because you want to see all of this selling, because now you know that when you buy here, or if you buy here, again, this is not investment advice, but if you were to buy here, or if I was to buy here, I would know that a lot of selling has taken place here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. A lot of selling has taken place on the way down. So that means that uh, there are less people that will sell, and so my risk is less of the price falling or being pushed lower because of fear or selling, right? So that being said, plus we see new buyers coming in, so these new buyers being optimistic at these levels, critical bullish levels. This is giving me a good entry here. Okay, so again, this is predicated. This is based on Bitcoin holding strong, not selling off, and breaking through resistance and going higher. Okay, if Bitcoin rolls over and starts to sell down, sell off, then you can expect Ethereum to do the same thing and to move lower, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Ethereum currently is on the weekly at strong support at the 200 moving average, has been for some weeks, and this is the golden pocket area. So this is a typical bullish area where the buyers come in and buy. So currently RSI is 41. 41 is a little bit a little bit weak, but we understand that that's normal because we just had this dip here, right? 41 is weak, but it's not that weak. It's just under the bullish midline 50, the 50 line. So EMA trend is bearish, and that's no surprise because we had the S1 signal, and then it was confirmed by an S2 signal, and we see the red cloud here. Okay, and then we have the DMA that's bearish as well. So, and that's no surprise because the DMA is very sensitive and gives early signals. Now, when we take a look at the volatility mod, right, Cryptonian volatility mod, we can see that um, from we started expansion in this area, and I'm going to say that this expansion is slightly bullish, although that we are having some red candlesticks, and the reason is because of this green dragonfly right there in the middle. Now, I've talked about this candlestick before. When I make this larger for you, you can see here that there we go. We can see that this is a green dragonfly, excuse me, or similar to a hammer. And so that shows that, in my opinion, that shows that this is bullish, that this is actual momentum to the upside. Okay? Because remember, volatility is neutral, right? So we have to look at the volatility, and then we look at the direction of the price action. And because we had a very long tail here and a green candlestick that's closing out like a dragonfly or doji or hammer, then it gives me the information that this volatility is bullish. Now that being said, we're in expansion. Okay, so if Bitcoin doesn't roll over and sell off hard, then we can expect Ethereum to start climbing here. Um, and then taking a look at reversal, there's no reversal yet, so this is still in progress. Still in progress. However, this current week is a little bit concerning. It does seem a little bit weak. You would think that there would be a little bit more of a body there, and excuse me, and that it would be green, but it's not. So that being said, we're below the daily pivot on the weekly. Excuse me. I'm sorry, on the daily, and but we are above the three uh, support levels. Volatility is 24 on the weekly, so we're above consolidation, but we have to understand that the consolidation zone for the weekly is going to be a little bit higher. So I'd say probably 20 to 25. So this is currently consolidation, right? We have to adjust our parameters for the different charts. And this one being the weekly, we would have to adjust that a little bit higher because you see a lot more volatility, range of volatility during the week. Okay, so that's it, friends. I just want to let you know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some purchasing coming in here on the weekly at the 200, and of course that's confluent with the golden pocket, which is a typical bullish area of purchasing. And so if we hold this area, if we hold that 200 moving average, 15, wait, 1588, something like that. Now, I'm giving you numbers, and they're not going to be exact. Um, yeah, 1588, 1580, around that area. Um, then Bitcoin, or excuse me, then Ethereum could have another push to the upside over several weeks, right? So there you go, friends. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like, and let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Ethereum? Do you think Ethereum is going to start pushing higher here? Do you think Bitcoin's going to go higher or roll over? And if Bitcoin goes lower, what do you think Ethereum's going to do? So let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate your time. We'll see you next time.